Jinki 36 is coinciding with the equinox time and also with the time where we move from the energy of Pisces into the season and energy of Aries. And so this is the time when we transition from the water element in the element of fire without touching the ground, right? So complete transformation of the elements. And for some of us, this could be a rather intense time for a change, time for a lot of personal healing and, as always, growth and development. And this Jinki 36 is the Jinki of turbulence. This is the time of experiencing turbulence and also looking at the moments of turbulence as the moments of incredible transformative opportunities. And as with any of the Jinkis, the moment you contemplating on this, on the Jinkis, and for me it is, I allow at least a week or 7 days, sometimes a little bit longer, to really let the frequency, the shadow frequency as well of the gift and the seed heat divine gift to move through my life, to move through my days, to move through my energy sphere, and to see and notice insights that are happening that I'm then sharing here with you. And so the turbulence was so profoundly evident as I was working with Jinki 36 on so many levels, on a physical level, on a level, on emotional level, on mental level. Definitely it was very it was very easy to get wrapped up in the shadow of turbulence and everything that is coming together with the sense of turbulence. So I guess the easiest to describe experience for me was the moment that I was experiencing some actual physical turbulence on the boat. I was on a boat the past week and the sea was very, very, very rough. As you could see behind me, you could probably hear the wind, you could probably hear some other sounds and noises, and the sea was so incredibly rough. And physically, I was also experiencing some recurring injury. And so being in a rough sea, experiencing the physical discomfort was very intense experience. It was really intense moment where I had to look beyond the turbulence. I had to look into the deepest parts of my own self and find strength and find the gift of humanity and also the divine gift, compassion to my experience, but also to the experience on a bigger scale, on the experience that everyone else on the boat was going through. And what I understood is that instead of just really focusing on my own discomfort of the turbulence of the sea, of the rough waters, of the waves crashing against the boat and the huge splashes of the water, and I was pretty actually cold as well. And so instead of focusing on all of that negative, so to speak, emotions and sensations, I was channeling my energy into the trust of the captain who's navigating the boat, who is leading us with his experience into the safest, most comfortable experience of the sailing of this boat. And I understood that this is similar to the turbulence that we experience in our everyday life when we are just going through our emotions, when we are going through relationships with ourselves, with others. Instead of just fully focusing on our shadows and completely obsessing about our shadows and obsessing with the discomfort of how we feel, uh, it's really beneficial to look beyond and to look into the trust, remembering the captain of this bigger ship that we all passenger of here on earth, that we are all going through this experience of living a human life on earth. And so remembering about this experience of humanity and humanness, that we all are going through, that we all are experiencing. That is a gift, right? To feel what we all are feeling. It is intense often, although trust is encouraged, remembering that, of course, we have responsibility for our experience, but also remembering that the bigger intelligence, the greater intelligence is guiding us in the most profound ways, allowing us to be the most incredible humans that we are. And so the moment that we allow ourselves to be humans, to experience this gift of humanity, to experience and feel the gift of humanity and everyone else around us, we are opening up. We are opening up portals or the doors of perception of others, and also opening up ourselves and our hearts so that others can look into us and see what makes us human and what makes them humans. And when we do this often and more often, we actually start to generate very specific frequency around us, and also in our families, in our relationship, and then hopefully in our communities, the frequency of compassion, living with the fullness of our hearts for the humanness, for the aliveness of ourselves, and also for the humanness and the aliveness of everyone else around us. And remembering and having deep sense of reverence to everyone else, in deep sense of reverence to everything that is happening within our complex selves. I'm very grateful for this transit 36 of Turbulence. I have received incredible lessons, and I choose to live in my humanity, expressing compassion, remembering compassion as often as I can, and remembering that I always can be the most compassionate self. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. With gratitude and love, you're a rocket.